So why were their feelings so strong against Madison?
I think all of that stuff really did start in Australia when they were out there, and it was like the family visits. And the Hannah Ann had gone first, and that went, she just knocked it out of the park. My family fell in love with her immediately. Obviously, I knew why, and it just was such a great day. And the second day comes with Madison, and just boom, is granted, this is all my doing that got her in this headspace, and I can take that responsibility. But she was not in a good headspace at all. And like the talks about, being outside the house for 3 hours waiting, having my parents wait, was 100% true. That was the case. And I was essentially trying to like convince her of why I felt like we needed to like at least put this stuff behind us and talk to my family. They just flown halfway around the world. If I go in and say, listen, Madison just can't talk right now, like that's just not going to be a good look.
So she didn't
And
want to talk to your family.
she didn't feel like she was in the right headspace to be able to go do that.
Okay.
And so I understood why she was feeling the way she did. I knew we had to work on our own stuff, but that's just the way the show goes and the schedule. And like that was the one day we had allocated to go spend time with my family. And so I did my best to try to convince her why, she finally, realized, okay, she's going to do it for me. And then we went inside, and obviously it was off to a bad start. My family obviously was, obviously annoyed. I think anyone would be like waiting 3 hours, just doing nothing to have that conversation. It just got off to a bad start. It just immediately, you could feel the vibe was not the same with Hannah Ann. And, they had, I guess, known a little bit now about the differences that we had had. I expressed to them, the day prior, about when I was talking about both women, that, there had been some issues that Maddie and I were going through because of what had happened with the fantasy suite week. And so they had already started to see these differences. And they, just being my family, and the one-on-one conversations I had with each of them, like, were just like, they didn't see this working. They just didn't see it working. And they saw that, yes, she was an amazing girl, but the two of us were just too different. And they were just looking out for me. And, you see that passion kind of come out on stage and everything. And I do think, as much as I can, defend Maddie and everything, and I do think that she could have, coming out on stage, apologized. A really quick apology to my parents about the last time she had seen him and what had gone down. I think that would have gone a long way. And I really, really do. Unfortunately that didn't happen. That wasn't the case. And, but that's kind of why, because that's the only time my parents saw Maddie. Like, that was really where that passion, and that just like them being just like, it's not going to work, bud. You gotta understand that. That's where that came from.